So welcome to our sessions. This is the first of many sessions that we'll run throughout the year to help students that are looking for accommodation on campus. The aim of that is to provide sort of advice, support, and any information about, as I say, living off in the private sector. So we have a few people talking today. We've got a gentleman from one of our renting agencies down in town who works alongside the university. We'll also talk to the Student Services Centre and some testimonials from students that have lived in the private sector as well as resident landlords. So I'm just going to pass you over to Glenn here from Belvoir Lettings, and he's going to give you a little bit of information about the market.
Right, yeah, my name's Glenn Wakeham. I'm the owner of Belvoir. We're an estate agency based on Woodbridge Road in Guildford. We've been in Guildford about 6.5 years. Predominantly just do lettings. We're solely lettings for about 5 years. Recently have started doing estate agency as well. And probably 50% of our business is student lets. We probably have about, I would say, something close to about 300 rooms that we let each year, probably across about 50 or 60 tenancies, most of which will get let to University of Surrey students. So that's us, that's where we're at. I've been asked to talk to you about where the market is at the moment and to try and help you get ahead of other people that will be looking for accommodation as well. Now, to put it in perspective, I haven't got good news. We have probably at the moment our phone ringing every 30 minutes with someone saying, "Hi, I'm a student, have you got any accommodation?" And unfortunately, we're saying to them, we've got absolutely nothing at the moment. We can take the details, and if something comes up, we'll get in contact. And that's not what you want to hear. We're not expecting anything else to come on. And you're therefore, even if something did come on, you're probably going to find that you get an email along with probably 50 other people, and then you're in a bum fight to get it. Now, obviously, we're not the only agent in town. I wouldn't ask you to only register with one agent. You should really be speaking to every agent. So, some of the things I would say to you about how we as agents see things, when we're busy, we've got a lot of other things going on, and we've got such high demand for properties like that, I'm brutally honest, sometimes it can be quite easy to let them. So how do you make sure you're the one that the agent says, yes, go with this group? So the first thing is, most properties that are aimed at students will be between 3 to 6 bedrooms, and they'll be let on one tenancy. You will not be responsible just for your own rent. If you take, say, a 4-bed house, let's say it's £2,000 a month, you will be on a joint and severally liable tenancy. And this scares the hell out of a lot of people, particularly mums and dads, because the mum and dad will act as a guarantor, which I'll talk about later, and therefore actually end up guaranteeing 3 other people that they've never met before. So it's very, very important you come to the agent as a group, and you know each other and you trust each other. So forming a group and coming to us like that will definitely put you ahead of others. If they come to us saying, "Oh, we've only got 2 out of the 4 so far," you come to us and say, "There's 4 of us," we're thinking, right, good to go. The guarantor side of things, students will inevitably be asked to provide a guarantor. A guarantor is normally mum and dad, but it doesn't have to be. It can be anyone aged over 24 that is earning a certain amount of income depending on the rent, but they must be a UK resident. Like I say, they will, if you had Tom, Dick and Harry, Tom didn't pay his rent, the landlord or the agent can ask Dick and Harry to pay his rent. So that's the scary bit. Now, to put your minds at rest with that, what actually happens is Tom does pay his rent, and if Tom doesn't, just speaks to the guarantor, and that's it. Student lets don't have arrears. Well, not where we have anyway. We just don't get them. It's the peer pressure within the group. So as much as that sounds scary, I would obviously say to you, you will pretty much 0.001% of the time I've ever known someone else ever have to pay for someone else's debt. So hopefully that puts your mind at rest there. The things you can do then in order to get ahead, once you've got your group, is make sure you've got money ready to put down. Because to secure a property, an agent will ask you to put down some money in lieu of the first month's rent. And that can vary depending on the property. It could be anything from £500 up to a full month's rent. Again, if you buy 4 of you if you're a 4-bed house. And you pay, they will normally ask you for admin and referencing fees. And again, they vary as well. So having the money ready to go and saying, I will be able to put this money down today, again, will put you ahead of other groups. Now, how do you actually get to do the viewings? What's generally happening at the moment, if I had a property come on, I would probably run an open day and just say, right, the viewings are this day, this time, come along, and we'll just ask you the questions to see who's in the best position and select the group. There are other ways, other agents will do it differently. They might just put the property on and advertise it. So, how do you make sure that you get told about that property first? I would definitely try, and it's very time consuming, but considering the way the market is for the next few weeks, to actually go into the agent's office and smile at them, become a person, because if you phone and email, you will just almost be another number. But if you can make some sort of contact with them and build a rapport, they're going to remember you when a property comes available. And then stay in regular contact. Phone them every 2 or 3 days if you're not hearing from them, just saying, please remember me, remember me. At the viewing, simple things, depending on whether it's occupied or not. Simple things, you'll be amazed how people turn up sometimes 10-15 minutes late for a viewing. It's no apology. We don't take those, we just say, right, forget it. It's as brutal as that, I'm sorry to say. And also the way you conduct yourself on the viewing, just the whole manner, we come across, if you come across, we think, yeah, these guys look professional, I think they look after the property, take care of it, and pay the rent, which is again, they're getting paid. Now, within your group, if someone doesn't have a UK resident who can act as a guarantor, they will hopefully have the ability, the facility, to pay some rent in advance. And that can vary again from the landlord or agent. You may be asked to pay 6 months rent in advance, or possibly the full 12, which is obviously quite a lot of money to stump up from. So that's something else. So if you do have a group, make sure within your group, if they haven't got guarantors, they understand they could be fronting quite a lot of extra rent at the beginning. And I'm sure you guys are probably much better at me from a social media point of view, but I know a lot of the groups set up WhatsApp groups to make sure messages get communicated within them. And if you can get all 4, if it's a group of 4 to come to the viewing, that will add as well to the agent being sort of keen to take you. From there, the other point I would just say about mums and dads, this sort of scary thing of joint and severally liability, it's actually really the guarantors that we're keener to reference than the students. So guarantors will get reference for credit checks, ID, proof of address, and income, and they will need their national insurance number as well. We often get phone calls saying, you can steal my identity, which I can understand, but obviously the agents will be covered by data protection. They need this information onto all relevant references, and the national insurance is actually a way of tracing some of this. That's why we ask for them. At the end, obviously, just before you move in, you'll be asked to pay a further amount of money, which will be your deposit. So that's normally 1.5 times the month's rent. So you'll pay money when you secure it, you'll go through the referencing process, and then pay a deposit. So having all those funds ready and accessible will help you as well. I think that's probably it really from my sort of point of view, a quick summary, because I've been told not to talk for 5 minutes, but I've probably already gone on for that. 10, I think that's a quick summary, so yeah, thanks very much.
Hi everyone, I'm Elliot. Just give you a quick background of what I've done. I studied here for 4 years. I graduated last July. I then went into Guildford and worked for an estate agency in Guildford. So I'd like to think I know both the Guildford market alongside the student processes and student life and what you expect it to be like and what it really is like. It's a lot better than what you think it will be, in my opinion. But I'm talking about my time in the private sector. I lived in my own house with 3 best friends for 2 years, in my 2nd and 4th year. A lot of people are a little bit worried and sceptical about all that, but I'll be completely honest, they were my preferred years at uni. Absolutely loved it. Moving on from that, a lot of people are worried about who they're moving in with. But I question every time someone says that, well, you don't know who you're moving in with in your 1st year. And the people I moved in with, you actually learn a lot more about them and you get on a lot better with them than who you move in with the 1st year. Why? Because you spend a lot more time with each other. One, you have a living room, a garden, whatever, go to lectures together, you leave the house together, eat together, you go out all the time together, everything like that, so you get to know them a little better. That's why I preferred it so much more. Also, everyone talks about friends and everything like that, and university you make so many friends. That's a fact. But you don't make friends with just your housemates. Like, you start there, don't get me wrong, you do start there, you will then grow out. You make friends through your courses, your sports, your societies, your music tastes, your film tastes, everything. So, my main point and issue to get across to you is to not be worried about it. It's probably actually embrace it. Because when you get into second year, everyone is going to be, oh, I can't find a house, or I want to be living here, or I want to be living with him, and him. You would have already done that, and you would have already learned, which will make your second year experience even better than their second year experience, because you will already be ahead of that game. So when you are looking for a house, just bear that in mind. But yeah, you are being scared now. Every other student will be in the same position, if not worse, in their second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever year they're going to. And a lot of people are also talking about location. I've had friends that have been in every accommodation situation you can imagine. I've had friends that moved from, well, lived at home and commuted to university, and that's even from Kent. Talking an hour, hour and a half drive every day. They've got lectures. I've had people live in Woking, like really good friends that live in Woking. They absolutely loved it. They had the life of students here. They get a train, 8-minute train, they spend a day here, fine. They may stay at friends every now and then, absolutely fine. They also had the Woking side of things. They had their friends in Woking. They played football in Woking. They played rugby in Woking. They had the nightlife in Woking. They had everything else. So they had sort of two different lives as well, and they absolutely loved it. So when people talk about location and everything along those lines, again, just embrace it and I wouldn't be scared. So that was my experience, and my experience of all my friends, what my friends have been through. And it may sound a bit stupid, but I know when you graduate, you'll all have those friends that went through different paths, but every one of those people still loved it. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say.
Hi, I'm Saskia and I'm the VP Community for the Students' Union. So my office is upstairs and I'm just here for this year because I ran in the student elections. And yeah, so the community is what I'm doing, and that sort of covers everything surrounding bringing students together. So I'm sort of covering all of like the events and everything that we put on. And I just wanted to reassure you all that there's going to be so many things for you to get involved with, and it won't matter whereabouts you're living or anything, because you'll all know where the events are happening, what's going on. We'll have events in the evening, like in Rubik's, the club upstairs. I don't know if you've seen it, but we'll also have loads of events going on during the day, loads of like non-alcoholic events as well. And yeah, I just wanted to reassure all of you that it doesn't matter where you're living, like you will be included at Surrey, and we'll make sure that you're looked after and everything. You can always come and talk to me. I'm going to be in the office upstairs, so yeah, just wanted to say that. So yeah, I'm going to pass over to Ben. Yeah, cool.
Hi guys, my name's Ben and I work in the Student Services Centre as part of the Student Life team. And basically I'm here today to tell you, because you'll all be first years coming to the university, we have a support scheme called Student Life Mentoring. This is a programme where we recruit current students, so they're all second, third, fourth and final year students, and they are allocated to all of the first years at the university to offer them support on all kinds of things, so anything you can really think of. They will be able to give you advice. They're trained before the year starts in things like mediation and conflict resolution, listening skills, all about the stuff that happens at the university, even just how to sort of access the library. Any little question you have, you can ask your mentor. So at the moment, it's mainly been that the mentors are allocated to students in university accommodation, which this year will be over 4,000 students that we'll be mentoring. But this year we wanted to make sure that anyone living off campus who's a first year could also access the service. So if you're not living in university accommodation, if you're living off campus, wherever that might be, you will also be able to have a mentor. But all you have to do is drop us an email and we'll link you up with your own mentor who you'll be able to meet up with throughout the year. So an email will go out to all first years coming to you, so look out for that. And all you have to do is contact us and we'll make sure that you have someone who'll support you. So it's peer support, so they're a current student and they're there to help with any issue you have. They'll be there to support you. So I just wanted to make sure that you all knew about that. and look out for it, student life mentoring, and that person will probably help you more than most other things because it's quite a personal service tailored to you. So yeah, good luck with it.
I work in the accommodation here, but I'm also a resident landlord. I live about 20-minute walk away from the university. We're going to our third year of having students living in our house. I have 3 young children, a 6-year-old and twins of almost 4. And we've had, I think we're almost our 5th student we've had them with us. We've had them from all over the world. We've had 2 from Brazil. We had a placement student with us last year. Our current student's from Kuwait, and our next one's, I think, from Somerset. We have found having a student in our house, I was a bit nervous, to be honest, but actually we've absolutely loved it. We're still in contact with all of our students, especially our first one. My eldest keeps asking to be put in a box and sent to Brazil to go and visit her. We do Facebook messages, we send parcels backwards and forwards. The children still go on about how much they miss her and want to see her, and it's great. We don't ask them to be involved, but they do get quite involved with our family life. Our first one was with us for Christmas and had Christmas Day with us. We did presents. So if you're looking at possibly living with a host family, from my experience, I think it's a great thing. We've absolutely loved it. Our next student's moving in and hopefully she's going to be with us for the next year. My girls were really talking about her coming in and how excited they are. Obviously it might be slightly different depending on where you go, but for us, it's like having another member of the family. We've done cooking together, we've done outings together, all that sort of thing. So if you are considering it, don't write it off, because you could end up someone as wonderful as myself to live with and really enjoy your time at the uni. I've had people that have looked at our house and thought we were too far away because we're not right on the doorstep. It takes me 20 minutes to walk in. So again, don't discount somewhere that's not right by here that you think, well, I'm not going to be involved, because all of our students, we've had females living with us, and all of them coming back very late in the evening. They don't have any issues with coming back from uni. Our current one at the moment, I think, regularly comes in at least at 10 o'clock at night, and she gets the bus back, so there's no issue. I've lived in Guildford all my life. There's no issue with safety and that sort of thing, so do please consider having a look at the host landlord, because I highly recommend it. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name's Luke. Like Elliot, I was a student here. I graduated 6 years ago, which is terrifying, and now I'm back this side. I've also been a postgrad at another university, so I've kind of had quite an interesting experience with accommodation. So I've lived in the private sector, and then when I was a postgrad I opted to commute, which was another interesting and different experience. But I'm mainly here to talk about what we can offer you in the Student Services Centre. So a lot of the support that we provide is when you join us in a couple of weeks. But from an accommodation point of view, we're the team that you'll come to see and have a chat to about council tax exemption. So all students are exempt from paying council tax. That's whether you live in the private sector or if you opt to commute from home, you will never have to pay it, which is great. We also have an excellent student money team who are available to see via appointment. So if you wanted to have any conversations about budgeting, so with bills and everything, the team will take an hour and they'll go through all the different skills and all the different tips that they have to pass on to make your life as easy from a financial point of view. And that team will also review tenancy agreements. So if you have a tenancy agreement, but there's anything that you're not sure about, or you've got questions about it, instead of just feeling like you have to sign it, the team will take the time to read through it and provide any support and advice that they have. They've been doing this for quite a while and they very rarely find anything interesting in there. Everything's usually pretty safe, but it is an option that is available if you wanted to take advantage of it. So that is essentially what we do from an accommodation service over there.
How you guys doing? You right? How you guys doing? Okay, cool. So my name is Tai. I'm VP Voice at the Student Union along with Saskia, and my role is essentially to
sort of like ensure that the student experience is enhanced as best as possible, and to ensure that you guys are having the greatest time possible. I know, living in the private sector can, to some extent, be really, really scary. I mean, for me, after my first year on campus, all through my second and third year, I was literally at the mercy of my mass emails trying to find a place to live. I was like always up on the phone to my mum. I was like, Mum, what am I going to do? Like, I've got nowhere else to live, sort of thing. And luckily something did turn up. But I guess one of the advantages of living in the private sector is that transitioning from your life from further education to higher education, you grow up so much, you make so many new friends, and you learn so many different skills. And one thing that I can definitely possibly tell you, that no matter where you go in the private sector, that us at the Surrey Lessons Agency and Union will always be here to help you and listen to you. And any time you guys, you're having an off day, or you're not sure where to go or what to do, please do come down to Students' Union and talk to us, and we can point you in the right direction. Have a good day. Thank you.
So we just want to thank you all for coming today. I'm hoping that you've got further information about it. We do realise that there is a shortage of accommodation here, as you might obviously already know. So we're hoping that the day would open up the options that are available to you, so looking slightly further afield, resident landlords, various agencies that you can sign up with. These are things that you need to start doing. Places like our Facebook page, Student Pad, we are currently, our team is going out and we are focusing on accruing accommodation through, as I say, private landlords and estate agents and things like that. So if we do get anything, we will post it up there immediately. And other students are posting rooms up there as well. So it is worth keeping an eye on the Facebook page and the Student Pad regularly, as well as external websites, things like Spare Room, Rightmove, stuff like that. And as Glenn mentioned before, if you sign up with agencies, they will contact you and let you know when something's available. So it's definitely worth going and talking to the agencies if you are about to.